Hi, Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for FM Boxing Media.
Frankie Morgan here from FM Boxing Media, brought to you by Red Square Scaffolding and the High Protein Group. And I am here today with the one and only Johnny Clark. We're in a bit of a different setting today.
Yeah.
We've gone from York Hall to a Ford Focus within about 2 months.
All classics, mate. That's what we're on about.
But obviously missed your show on Sunday. Was gutted that I couldn't make it.
Listen, you built it up though. That's why you always invited. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
thank you.
That's all right. Anytime. I watched it from home. Enjoyed a lot of the fights.
The Zone.
There was the Zone. We had a little slip up last time we had an interview. You said
Sky,
BT Sky, blah blah blah, and then I thought that genuinely that was a little. I thought I had a little loop
I had
there.
many messages about that. But I was like, no, I wish.
Yeah, to have that full deal, that'd be the one, wouldn't it?
It would be because like this show, it had obviously 3 main events dropped out. This is in 3 weeks. I had 3 main events drop out. In total, 11 boxers. Like I had a Commonwealth title drop out, a Southern Area drop out, and they're headliners, isn't it? Then I had the prize fighter drop out, and it's like, how do you get past that? But I had 10 evenly match fights, and then it was just like, I've got to deliver, and I delivered like probably one of my favourite shows, and as a business it was the first show that didn't lose money. And I just feel like now in boxing and me, like I had a lot of people worrying about me, like my mum, my dad, other family members, and then like people I look up to in business saying, is this a money pit? Are you wasting your time and your money in it? Is anything going to happen for you? And then obviously a couple of sponsors come on board, and do you know what I mean? I broke even, I haven't lost money, and now I feel like there's a little click, and I feel like I'm definitely on the right path now, where before I had so much negative talk to me that my brain had to beat their brain, and I had to leave them and think, no, they're wrong, John, you're definitely going to make it, top tier is going to be top tier, and you're going to beat everyone else, and everyone's going to want to be on your show. You don't have to make money, you just need to break even, it'll be fine, you know what I mean? And then you can build from that. And now I think 2 years in, the last 2 shows and what I've got lined up next, I think, I've definitely beat all the demons that people were putting on me. Like negativity, mate, it's a killer, you know what I mean? Like it did make me have that, but now this is the happiest I've ever been after a show.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people didn't realise how many pullouts there actually were, and I've actually got to the point where I've done my research on the card, as I always do before the interview. I see Tommy Fletcher was meant to be on it. I thought, I completely forgot that there's been that many pullouts that I forgot he was even meant to be there.
Yes, you had Tommy Fletcher, Constantine Ursu, Onda, Osgood for the Southern Area. Then you had 4 out of the 4 contenders in the prize fighter, and then one of the ones that replaced, he come in. There were so many, and it was just like, are you sure? Then we had the people that come in to replace him, like Ray, the Kazakhstan. He then pulled out. You know what I mean? It was just pull out after pull out, and it's just like, but that was what was hard. Like, so the start of the show, that's when you stop being negative about your show. You know what I mean? Like, you forget everyone has pulled out, then you have to deliver the best show for them. And mate, that was the best experience I've had at a show, so we done it.
One person that didn't pull out and stuck to their word and showed how much of a gentleman they were, Jermaine.
Oh mate, unbelievable. It's gone viral. It's just about to roll into 1 million views without collabing with The Zone. Collabing with The Zone is obviously like decent to get numbers. Do you know what I mean? Like, normally you get about 200, 300k when you collab with them, but we've got 3 mil with one video, and this one is by ourselves and just about to roll over to 1 million. And listen, it deserves it as well. Like, it was something that I took from the show was how he acted. Like, it was a gentleman. Do you know what I mean? Like, with me, if I knock someone out, believe me, I'm running around doing laps around pubs and that. But obviously in the ring is different. It's about class. It's a gentleman's sport. And the way he acted, obviously he had a great man in his ear, his coach CJ. I see him guide him, and it was brilliant to see, and I was just taken away by it. The fight, in general, probably one of the best boxers I've had on my show. I would say probably in the top 2. You know what I mean? His defensive work, like, I've never seen someone block so many shots. I know they were coming, I was like, this geezer. You know what I mean? And then the finish was clinical, and then for me, Like, all that was pushed to the side, just how he acted afterwards. And I thought, if you mix the two, like, everyone keeps mentioning his like uncle and that. I'm like, no, that ain't about his uncle. I never seen his uncle like do stuff like that. This is different. You know what I mean? The only thing he did do the same as his uncle was eat a burger afterwards.
Yeah, I remember him posting no did he about that, because he said all he wanted was meat and sausage the next day, didn't he? But obviously his uncle is a legend of the sport.
Yeah, proper legend. One of our favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, I spoke to him about his uncle. He was looking at a Daniel Dubois fight last time I spoke to him, but that's obviously not happening now.
Nah, don't do that.
I've been asking everyone in boxing, do you think he should call it a day now, or do you reckon he's got that one more in him?
No, I'd love maybe him and Dave Allen would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good little fight for him, I think. But no, he's got to hit the 50, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But I don't know, I like things in place and in order, and hit the 50, big payday, and then run off into the sunset. Or I think he'll be a great manager, you know what I mean? Like, arm around people and that, getting the best deals out of them. He knows how to work media, knows how to set a press conference, doesn't he? So I think it's great for the sport, and you wouldn't want him to go completely, would you?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be a promoter. Maybe not a good pundit. He's quite good at doing your job. I've seen him running around with a camera and that. You know what I mean? But manager, I think, suits him. Coach, maybe. You never know. But yeah, I'd love to see him stick around as a manager, because he knows so much inside and out, doesn't he?
I think he's very good at my job until a young lady who boxes comes along, like Sky Nicholson.
That was mad, wasn't it?
I've never seen anything like it. I think a lot of people are saying that Sky Nicholson was out of order for a reaction, but I think...
Yeah, listen, if someone, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, no comment.
But talking to female fighters, Laura Payne was there, supporting. She has been on a couple of your shows now. She was at this one. Yeah. But a person who was at York Hall the night before, Maisie Rose Courtney. Yeah. So 2 girls in York Hall within 2 nights, but they might be looking at fighting each other. Is that something that you'd want on Top Tier if you could have it anywhere?
I'll be honest with you, we are knowing both. I'd rather them get paid more. Top Tier's ticket deals and ticket splits, and females don't always do the massive tickets, do you know what I mean? So they wouldn't earn a lot of mine, and there probably should be a title in it. So it would go, ticket sales would go to the title, then the split. So for me, it's a matchroom fight, maybe on a next gen card. 2 great good girls. I think they ended up talking on the show before mine and becoming friends. Yeah. But if they don't fight, then bloody hell, go and spar each other. And because it must be hard for them to get sparring partners, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. And there's another girl coming out of Laura's gym now. She boxed the night before. Lily Cousins. Yes. Yeah. Very. Yeah, tall, rangy. Very tall, rangy. Yeah. Got a bit of power behind her as well. Good. Keep building. Maybe someone that we could see. I know you like supporting the local fighters. Oh mate, yeah, 100%. Like where I've got to keep digging into the pool of Essex, and Edge Gym's kind of an open door for my Edge Gym Elite. Sorry, bro, gonna beat me up now, isn't he? Yeah, you've got to watch him now. Jesus Christ! But he's you do get an open path to be on Top Tier as long as you're doing what you should be doing. You know what I mean? And that's something that I think we could see on one day. Yeah. I know you like your Essex scouting. Last time I see you was at the Copper Bosch. We was watching Johnny Fisher, obviously both gutted that the local boy couldn't do it. But that night, Jimmy Sains, George Liddard, both fighting. Yeah. 2 former Top Tier boys. And who Jimmy thought had been on my show before, fighting Kevin Reville. And when I said I'm the Academy of Boxing, I want to see people come through and that. When I said the click is starting to happen, this is where the click's happening. Like, people, like, obviously the commentators are talking about where they've previously been. Do you know what I mean? And before they didn't really like saying my name or Top Tier, they were saying like a Brentwood show. And now everyone's fully engaged and talking about Top Tier and me, because obviously we're on the zone as well, what helps. So yeah, I think Top Tier is definitely getting where it should be. Essex is getting where it should be. And I think Essex has got a great future. I tell you, someone though, Lely Buttershoe. Yeah, good fighter, mate, he is mustard, mate. Like, when I mean, that got hot. Yeah, that's got a bit warm, ain't it? Let's get the air. No, you're right. But yeah, Lely, I watched him. I honestly could see that they're all middleweights now, aren't they? Yeah. George, Lely, and Jimmy. Maybe Lely versus Jimmy for an English or British in there one day. I don't know what routes they're all going to go, and it shouldn't really, not my job to talk about them, but they'd sell that out. George could nearly sell that out, and so could Jimmy. Together, main and co-main in there, they'll be legendary. Like, there'll be legendary nights in Essex, I believe. You know what I mean? Yeah. And obviously, we've still got Johnny, haven't we? What's a loss? Fuck all, is it really? Yeah, we see Johnny get a little bit emotional after. And obviously the emotions are always going to be high. It's but first loss, isn't it? So. Yeah, and he's posted the next day saying he will be back. It's no step for him. And he'll be easy as a match now. Like, from a promoter manager side, looking at it, like, when you lose, or or you don't knock someone out, like people don't mind fighting you. When you've got like Jimmy Saints, 9 fights, 9 knockouts, now you'll be easier to match because he didn't knock out Gideon. You know what I mean? So, listen, I think Essex is still the heart of boxing. You know what I mean? And the Copper Bosch with the Essex lads will fill that out every time, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think
every time.
I went there last year, obviously, for the same day as the Euros, and when the football was on, the atmosphere was a different level, and I didn't expect it to be anywhere near that one before, but... Oh, fancy an ice cream?
I think that's my mate Periscopes on P.
But yeah, obviously, he sold it out about 7-8 months before against Babbage. Had a great fight there, and the atmosphere was unbelievable.
Well, you know boxing, you know Essex. We stick together, innit? Yeah. So I think Johnny Fisher would sell more tickets on a loss coming back for people wanting to support him than he would if he'd win. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's the Essex way, innit? We all stick together. We all love each other. Johnny's been my shows. I go to his now. You know what I mean? Like, I went obviously before he come mine, but been a couple of mine. He had his arm in when he done his bicep, and then fucking Ursu done the same thing now. Yeah. But well, everyone supports each other, and I think because they're quite like, I think I'm quite open and honest in my interviews. I tell everyone, I lose money, blah blah blah. But his family have been open and honest as well. And I think everyone will get behind him even more now. I think he'll sell at least 1,000 more tickets. You know what I mean? Because you'd want to be there to support him and cheer him through, because he's someone who reacts off a crowd, isn't it? So it'd be good to see that.
And talking of Ursu, I've seen that he's actually got his arm out of the sling now, and he was training in the forest. Was it the forest?
No, that's an old video.
Video,
he's got one of his friends helping him with his socials, and that was his promo video for this fight. But he's got his arm in his sling, and he's doing one arm press ups. He's a fucking lunatic, mate. But he is ready to come back. He's sorting that. He went back to Moldova, and listen, his dad's a bit of a face in Moldova, and he walked in the hospital and got the best surgeon to do his operation, and he does all the Olympians and that. So, and he was actually from the same village as his father, and he's a scary man. Like he writes to me, and I think, oh shit. But obviously, a legendary family as well, and they're all proud of him. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole country's proud of him. He's come to England, changed his life, and now he's Commonwealth champion via Plymouth. And I think he's going to go on to massive, massive things. So we just need to get him through to here. Hopefully, we're looking at November the 30th. He'll be coming back against Ryan Amos again, and get the train back on the road. But till then, it's about, making sure he's 100%. And listen, he's hungry. And he's surprised me and his coach Marley about how mature he's been as well, because do you know what I mean? Like, he's only 25. He just turned 25. And we would have thought that he'd be crying and throwing his dummies out the pram. Yeah. But he hasn't. He's been, nope, let's get this sorted then. And straight away flew back to Moldova within 2 days, seen the doctor. And then the following Monday, he went in for the operation. You know what I mean? And been so positive, sending me messages, sending me updates. And to be fair, I probably spoke to him more since he's been injured, because I want to be there for him. So I said that I don't want to be there when you're winning these titles and everyone loves you. Yeah. I said, you know why that room's quiet and you're sitting in the doctors and your arm's stuck? You know what I mean? He can't move his arm, it's in the cast. Yeah. Like, you want to know that people care about you, innit? You know what I mean? I'm a people's person, so I was like, no, I'm gonna support him more now than when he's boxing. And we've been doing that, so hopefully he's back soon. I also want to go and meet him in Plymouth as well.
Yeah, so one thing I haven't told you, I actually went to David Lloyd's in Chigwell the other day. Yeah. And I had a big Moldovan man, I can't remember his name and I don't want to butcher it, but he's come running over to me and shouted, Ursu, Ursu. And I'm thinking, I don't look like him, so what's he getting at here? And he actually said that he recognised me from the newspaper article being posted from Ursu. So when he's in the newspapers and stuff like that, how much does it help your job with promoting him?
Yeah, and it's like, he could have been with Eddie Hearn now, but Eddie was like, how many tickets does he sell, blah blah blah, and I'm like, he does all right, but he needs to do better. So like, once we tap into the Moldova market, there's a lot in Northampton, there's a lot in London. Once we get them into Essex, I think that's when he'll be signed, because listen, everything is ticket sales, no matter who you are, because he's expensive now, Ursu. His opponents are expensive and the belts and titles are, so we need to get his support up, and little things like that help. So well done.
Yeah, Joe, what I said to Ursu, I said I need at least 5 of them newspapers. I want one signed by Eddie, one signed by you, one by Ursu. I said we need to get them all signed. But someone that Ursu was sparring, Harlem Eubank, has just had a fight announced, Jack Cattrall.
They're both in his weight now.
Yeah. Is that Is that maybe something that we could be looking at in the future? Obviously, I don't want to say too much. You said he had good rounds with Eubank. I don't want to say what you've said too much, but you've said that he's been mixing it well with him. Is that maybe a fight we could see within the next year to 2 years, maybe?
No, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I think they're on world honours. You know, 1 or 2 fights, and Ursu's on British and European. And then once you get British and European, it'll probably be hard for us to get them fights anyway. And I think they'll probably be on their last fight, and it'll be a big payday. And Ursu won't give them that big payday. You know what I mean? They'll have to fight. I don't know. Eubank will have to fight, obviously, Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
as
Jack
he called out yesterday.
Yeah, like Jack Cattle. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they won't have us. It wouldn't be worth it. We'd love it. Either would love it. Do you know what I mean? But it wouldn't happen. I know it wouldn't happen. But it's obviously something we'd love. I think they're second and third in the rankings of the British.
Yeah.
And then like we've gone down to 10th now because they've come in. But everyone above us with us will fight. So they obviously would have it. But I can't see it happening now. If I'm being honest, no.
Hopefully one day.
They would have it. If they had a late pull-out and they rang us, then yeah.
Step in, yeah.
But I don't think it would happen.
How'd you see that fight going between the two of them?
Yeah, Cattle. Yeah, I see Cattle winning that. Yeah. I think very underrated. Had a bit below par performance on his last fight, but yeah, I see Cattle. But I do like Eubank, and I think he performs in the ring very, very well on fight nights, doesn't he? So sparring is a load of shit, really. But in the ring, I was impressed with him. You know what I mean? Very impressed with him in his last. Well, let's look at him as a champion, isn't he? IBF Continental or European, is he?
Yeah. Do you think he's making a bit of a mistake, maybe getting tied into the Conor Benn drama? I see, obviously, he's saying, I would fight Conor Benn next. He wouldn't fight me, but
no, Conor Benn would fight him. Conor Benn would definitely fight him. But is it worth him fighting him? Like I said, it's not worth any of them lot fighting Ursu. Ursu would win, in my opinion, but we wouldn't bring the money to him. Now, who is Conor Benn going to fight? He's a family man, a fighting man. Is he going to fight Eubank, get 6 million, whatever it was? They're going to fight the other Eubank and get probably 100 couple grand. You know what I mean? Like, probably get more money off his sponsor that fight than a purse. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not financially worth it, but obviously, if Conor comes off 3 losses and that, and then Harlem's still there, Harlem Eubank, then it'll be worth it, innit? If Harlem Eubank's got the belt and Conor wants it, then yeah, I reckon he would. But yeah, obviously, I think Conor would demolish him.
Yeah. Well, I see the other day, Lily Winch has been announced on the 7th of September. First one fully announced that people know about.
Yeah.
How good is it, obviously, knowing that she's coming straight off a stadium like Ipswich, straight back to top tier, showing love to the people that helped her come from the start, really.
Yeah, she said nice things in the interview, and obviously we worked together for a long time to get a career off the ground. She sell a lot of tickets anyway, but we've obviously helped with the promo videos and pushing her and putting her up in the card and handpicking some good opponents with her manager. But she's been on other shows, and listen, she's sold all them tickets for them. She's shown them the love, and then for her to come back, like, I appreciate it. So I always wanted her first title fight to be on my show. Yeah. And that's what we've got with her now. She's got a title fight lined up, and it's a tough fight. Lindsay Brzezinski, very tough fight, and obviously Lindsay's always giving it her all, and that's why I love her back. The Commonwealth straight away sanctioned it because they see her and Amy Andrews. But I think it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to be a main event yet. It could be. It's either main or co-main. But I've got like 7 title fights on that show, so it's a banger. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's good because you've got everyone who's been on top tier, back on top tier, fighting each other or fighting for a title. So it's a great show, and this is what I was saying. When that click come, it was these next couple of shows that everyone's going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and last show that I see you, obviously couldn't make this one. The last show I see you was flying out to Dubai. You had a lot of making up to do to the missus. I think you missed Mother's Day and her birthday. Has the making up been done yet? Are you all square? Are you all square now?
Yeah, we're going to Dubai in 2 weeks that she paid for my birthday. So
Johnny's back in the good books.
Oh yeah, well, kind of. My phone's on silent. I've probably got a bit of drama. No, but it's what I'm saying about support, and what I said at the start of the video is like everyone's on your case and everyone's worried about you. So I'm not the same person I was before boxing now. I'm very stressed and tired, and my head's not like in normal conversations. Like even today, I'm thinking about what I should be saying to you. Do you know what I mean? And stuff. Why I'm talking to my daughter. I asked my daughter a question before she replied. My mind's gone. But that's me down to a T anyway, what the teachers used to tell me off in school, do you know what I mean? But it's like you're not really in the room no more now you do boxing. Like you probably know your work rate's gone through the roof, isn't it? When from your last job to this one is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a drug. And so she's had to stick by me with that and support me, and now she can see the click. And like she can see like we've gone viral every day this week. We've got people in America on talk shows talking about the show. I mean, it's just these little things, like her dad's calling me Johnny Kardashian, taking the piss now, do you know what I mean? Like, but it's there, and she's believing in it more, which believes in me, and I get less stress, and we can go in Dubai and I can be on my phone and she can moan at me.
But Johnny, I know you've got a school run to get to.
Yeah, no, there's school holidays, you know?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
We can fuck them, we can talk for ages.
But yeah, if we're going to talk for ages, let's talk Undisputed, because they've obviously changed not only your business, but they might have even changed your life for the future by jumping on board.
Yeah.
How good is it to have? I know that it's a video game and you might not play it as much, but
yeah, I'm not good at it. I'll be honest with you. I've tried it.
But how much do they actually help you?
Well, the show would have lost money without them. Do you know what I mean? That's the truth. With every sponsor, but they come on board, and if the show lost money, I wouldn't be feeling like this sitting here talking to you. You know what I mean? I feel so positive and happy, and I've only scratched the surface of them. Like their brand, we've had 5 million views on social so far. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna do a little post about it in that. So their brand has been on every video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they're loving it. Like when I send them that, they're gonna love it. And you know, to keep them on board, I need to keep them happy. So we're gonna get York Hall is getting scanned into the game. You know what I mean? Top tier canvas and everything's gonna be in the game. Hopefully we can make a few champions, and then my champions can be in the game. I can be a manager in the game. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like it's endless, but I want to give back to them. You know what I mean? Where they've given me, so them having maybe York Hall and Brentwood Centre in their games would be crazy, wouldn't it? And
is there any chance you could have a little Ford Focus parked outside with me with a camera? Every time they walk out the venue.
That's it. But no, they've been brilliant, and they write to me about the show while the show was going ahead. And it's been really nice, do you know what I mean? And where everyone's back to the big boys, everyone forgets about the little boys. And what we've done with Small Hall, like getting 5 million views, like come on, like anyone starting their career like Bassi and that, he sold a lot of tickets in there, but look at the love he's got online, look at the follows he's got, the views. Like you don't get that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I intended to do in Small Hall, remember like, when I went to Small Hall, I was going across the road to Civic Hall, seeing people fighting there, like 600 people in there. And I thought, well, I can't do 600 tickets because my first show I sold about 400 tickets myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I thought, I can't do that. I need to go Brentwood Centre. Everyone was telling me, no, that's too big for you. And I was like, watch, we sold it out. Do you know what I mean?
Multiple times as well.
Yeah, so.
Over and over, yeah. How many Brentwood Centres has been sold out now?
10, I think. Yeah, 10. Yeah, there's 13 shows going to be back there. So,
yeah.
Looking forward to going back there as well. But getting back.
Feels like home, don't it?
It is. So that's when I spoke to them and that, it's just like everyone moaned about the parking at York Hall. I said, yeah, nah. But for me, to watch the boxing is better at York Hall.
Yeah.
But the whole night in general, like people like their drinks on their tables and that's the feedback I'm getting. They prefer Brentwood. So it's mixed. And the boxers, they said, love York Hall, but the warm up and the change rooms and that is better at Brentwood.
Yeah.
I said, well, listen, we'll be in between both, so you'll be happy both every other month, you know what I mean?
Yeah, could we have a little bit of news on the football stadium? Because obviously we see the sad news the other day. Yeah. But is that something that could maybe happen in the future? Could we get the plans in place for maybe next summer?
To be honest, it'll probably be passed in a week or two. Do you know what I mean? So it was just that, like, imagine now announcing the show and making everyone sell tickets in 4 weeks. Like, it would be impossible. And I said to him, I can't announce it until the board have passed it. Do you know what I mean? So we looked at it and I just said, listen, the work you've done, so you have to put signs up, and then it's a blue notice, it's called, and then if you get any complaints, then you won't be passed. They got 2 complaints about having boxing there, and it got passed. But then they had to do a few little changes, and then it will be 100% passed, and you get your certificate. Well, I weren't doing a show unless I got that certificate. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I said to him, look, let's just do summer 2026. Let's lock a date in, and I'll plan around that.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get the green tick, then that show will be penciled in, and I'll work people towards that show as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
obviously my next show, I've got one of the local usual Kent lots fighting in the southern area. So by then it could be an English title fight in Kent. Do you know what I mean? So that will probably help him sell a lot more tickets there.
Yeah, because I spoke to your mate Robert the other day when I was away. I'd done a little Zoom call with him. He's got a southern area coming up.
Yeah.
But he wants that Chatham show. Toomey
Yeah.
Phillips wants a Chatham show.
Yeah, they're Chatham boys, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously he's got his southern area. Could be for an English as well. So that'll be great for him. Do you know what I mean? And he's on my September card already. That's lined up. So hopefully he'll be defending his title on there. Do you know what I mean? That'll be brilliant, wouldn't it? If
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
And that'll make it 9 titles. Oh, where am I going to put them on? Yeah, that'll be 9 titles on the show. So crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it's what I knew would be happening one day. I knew that if you're going to fight for something, listen, there's no money in a small hall full of boxers, but if you're going to fight for a title and not get paid title money, then you want to do it where you're getting all the views, you're on the zone, you know what I mean, and you're in a good crowd, and that's what we seem to be delivering. So I knew one day I'd get most of the title shots on mine.
Yeah, and 2 people I do want to touch on, Nina Hughes and Kevin Lilly.
Yeah.
Both announced their retirement.
Yeah.
I think
Kevin went first.
Yeah, I
What
think
happened to
Kevin
ladies
half,
first?
Kevin half announced it for Nina.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin and Nina both retired.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kevin's been a big part. He's had Toomey and he's had Nina on your shows, had a few others on your shows.
Yeah.
How big of a loss is Kevin to the sport of boxing?
Not very. No, listen, they're legendary, like, and the good thing about them is like they're all part of my story. So, like, it was quite funny because I went to Dubai, and obviously they put us in like a shitty little hotel because she was the challenger.
Yeah.
And I've never done that, you know what I mean, in my shows, but other shows do it, don't they? You put your home fighters in the nice, posh 5-star Hilton, and we was in like an apartment block with a brothel across the road, keeping everyone up in a nightclub, you know what I mean, on
Don't
the
want to
rooftop.
go to that one with the missus.
I didn't even know where it was. You know what I mean? But then me and Kev, like, it was like obviously got close out there, and like Nina had to chill and relax, and then Kev obviously he didn't want to do too much, he had to be near her, and I was just watching him go through it because he was like, he's very invested in her, and he like been with her a whole pro career, and it was his big thing for him as well. Like he's always been like, he had AJ, he had Kevin Mitchell, but he weren't number 1 coach, was he with him?
Yeah,
I mean,
second in the corner.
yeah, so to him to go to Dubai and fight for his first world title as first coach, I thought was massive. And then when Nina won, I went up to him and said, "Congratulations, mate." And he looked at me, I could think, is she going to cry? He might cry.
Yeah.
But it was like that, you know what I mean? And it was beautiful. But before her fight, we went for a Chinese. He was doing his nuts. We can't eat this. And she was like, "I'm Chinese. I'm fine." You know what I mean? And I said, "It's good luck now. You're going to have to do that before your fights." But yeah, it was beautiful. And then obviously he announced his retirement, all the pictures and stories and what he said on the post about who you can trust and what you can do. Do you know what I mean? Like he's always said about me, I'm the most honest person in boxing, the best promoter through honesty. Don't chat shit with anyone. If I promise you on the show, you're on the show. If I promise you that's the price, that's the price. Do you know what I mean? Even if I lose money after the promise, I always stick to the promise. And
Yeah.
I know like he respects me for that. Do you know what I mean? He taught me a bit about boxing. And then obviously Nina, she was my best memory in boxing, winning that world title. And it just showed you, like, I sponsored her for her fight at Civic Hall for the Commonwealth against Tycee Gallagher. Me and Pell, Don Pease, whose ice cream van drove past. We sponsored her because she needed like $9,000, and I was like, fuck, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to
it is,
fork
isn't
out,
it?
innit?
Do you know what I mean? And she wouldn't earn a penny off it. So we sponsored her, got that over the line, and then done an interview with Ra, and she called out the world champion, and that's how she got her fight. Do you know what I mean? But it showed me that how doable thing is in boxing. Like, look at you, done an interview with Conor Ben today and me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
mad, isn't it? Like, boxing is a small world, and you believe it and you give it a go. You can get close quite quickly.
Yeah.
And she's just showed me how good and how quick things can be done if you believe in yourself. And up till this show, I was believing, but deep down I was thinking, oh, fuck it all. I don't know if this is right. I don't know if I'm going to fail. But now I think I ain't, so that's all right.
Yeah.
But she was the one that showed me it can be done, John, without telling
Yeah.
me personally, by watching her. Do you know what I mean? At her age as well. She smashed it. She's a local legend. My cousins go to CSM Boxing Club, And they always have photos of her, and always text me, "Oh, I seen Nina today." And I think, "Oh, did you?" Like, it's normal, but to them, she's a hero. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's brilliant. Really good to see, and I'm glad she retired because that was a fucking tough fight, mate.
Yeah.
Horrible to see her get dropped as well. So never seen her get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I remember being shocked, obviously, at the time. I was just scrolling through Instagram on the way back, and I had a look, and I'd see she went down. I thought, oh, no, don't say this. Like,
I know,
obviously, from the interview I had with her the week before, she was saying she's ready to get into big fights.
Yeah.
You see that, and you think, oh, no, but obviously announced her retirement after, went out on a high, got the win that she needed.
Yeah. But it was a tough fight. I see her fight Jamie Mitchell, and Jamie Mitchell was a warrior, mate, brute force.
Yeah.
And she went toe to toe with her. I thought, fucking hell, I didn't think you was like that, Nina.
Yeah.
I thought you were just a clever little boxer, but she ain't. She's a fucking raw, hard person. Do you know what I mean? Which I didn't think she was because she speaks so nicely. I know it's a bit weird to say that, you know what I mean? But
She didn't speak so nice when Kevin called her old on my interview the other day. But I think I see a little switch in her in that interview. But,
but she, it's the right thing, the right time. She weren't very well either. She had a sore throat and was drinking Lemsip before the fight. So she wasn't 100% either, but maybe it's a lucky escape not to get hurt. She don't need the money. I know she's done well in life, so she don't need the money. She just needs the memories. So for her to have her last ring walk on my show with her kids, no, I'd like her to call it a day there for me being selfish and wanting it to be on my show. Yeah. You know what I mean? But also like her to have good memories. But I think it was the right time. So well done.
Yeah, and someone else who'd done their ring walk with their kids, Stevie Levy.
Yeah.
Out again, Doncaster show.
Well, straight away, Dave Allen texted me and said, do Stevie Levy versus Nina Hughes. I said, listen, Mr. Essex Slayer, leave us Essex lot alone. You know what I mean? He just wants to come for all the Essex lot.
Yeah, I think Dave Allen, well, he's called out Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I like that though. Yeah, everyone's saying they think Dave Allen wins at the moment, and
Could you imagine hearing that 5 years ago and saying, I think Dave Allen wins?
No.
I think, well, even 3 years ago, I know he was on a losing streak, but you still wouldn't have believed it. But now it's at a point where Dave Allen might actually be a bookie's favourite for that fight.
Yeah, I can't see him. It's weird because Dave Allen don't. Other than that, the Usyk sparring. I've never actually seen
him hurt.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Not even hurt, like, let alone dropped. But
yeah,
he's been in there with the likes of Ortiz and
mate,
Lucas
crazy.
Brown. Anyone you could think of, he's fought, and he still don't seem hurt.
At the show, I thought he had as many fans as Johnny Fisher as well. Do you know what I mean?
I was quite shocked because he didn't seem to have as many fans on the way out.
Yeah.
But he still had a few, and then by the end of it, I think everyone was up clapping for the pair of them. But Dave Allen got shown a lot of love. But even I've said, being an Essex boy, if there was one person that had to beat Johnny Fisher and I had to pick one, I think it would have been Dave Allen. Yeah. Just because he's like one of us, ain't he? He's a local lad in his area. Everyone loves him. He supports everyone who's around him.
Really, he's just like an Essex boy. He takes the piss. He has a laugh. And he's never serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he is really an Essex lad up there. So he might as well stop trying to beat us all up.
So is that who you'd want to see next for him? Maybe a Deontay Wilder fight, or are you still looking for the Chisora fight?
I think keep it British. You know what I mean? Keep it British, but it would be nice for him to. For him, whatever pays more for him, innit? You know what I mean? He's got a family and he's got his house that he keeps building and extending. He's got his ensuite now.
Ensuite now, ain't he?
Yeah, maybe he can have a loft loft extension done.
Do you need any ecos?
Yeah, do you want any solar panels, Dave? But no, I don't know. I'd like to see him fight both of them. He's got a 2-fight deal, isn't he? So I fight both of them. You know what I mean? Fight Derek Chisora on his 50th. That'll be a good. And then retire him, wouldn't he? Then go and retire Deontay Wilder. And then rematch Johnny Fisher after that. 3-fight deal. He'd earn so much money out of that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he'd have an ensuite in every bedroom, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah. He'd have to build another house, you know what I mean?
So your plans for September 7th, Lily's obviously been announced. You've just hinted that Rob might be on there as well.
Yeah, Rob's on there.
How many fights are we looking at? What location are we looking at? And
12
should
fights.
people message you for tickets?
12 fights, all at Brentwood Centre. We've got title fights, but the problem is everyone's fighting in June, so I don't want to kill their ticket sales for that and take their mind off it, you know. So I don't know when I can announce theirs, but we've got James Osborne versus Alex Branson Cole. That's for the southern area, so that's a great fight. Who else is on there that ain't fighting next? Dylan Adebisi, he's back on. He was great the other night, mate. Who else?
He had a good little ring walk as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Had a few people coming out with him.
Yeah, but the problem is we didn't put the app in. He didn't tell me until the day before, and the day before Saturday. So when you want to do something like that, you need to ask the board. You know what I mean? 'Cause they're very strict and very old. You know what I mean? So what I've done now is like, listen, I like my music. You know what I mean? So we'll get them to walk him out properly this time. You know what I mean? We'll make it a vibe for him. And I'll film it and do it properly, because he probably didn't realise, but in my younger days I was in music a lot. So I'll have a good chat with him and Alex, and we'll make it a special night. We've got Bassie back on as well, Daniel Crotter, Kakandi, Kevin Revell. Kakandi versus Kevin Revell for the Silver Commonwealth as well. It's a good fight. You know
It's one of the biggest fights I've heard you come out with, to be fair.
Yeah, mate,
especially after Kakandi's last performance. I don't think he was massively happy with it. Obviously, he's put on some good ones, but I think that one he was a little bit less than what he wanted to be. Kevin Revell, better than what he wanted to be, some of them.
Yeah, but it's the opponent with Kakandi. You know what I mean, when you've got someone who wants to fight you, he knocks them out.
Yeah.
And Kevin Revell's very good. I've only seen him lose a round that he let the opponent win. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he had a bit of rest off. If he wants to, he could win every round. And listen, if it was 6 round, my mate said to me today, if it was always a 6-round fight, Kevin Revell would probably be a world champion.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So, listen, it's going to be a stacked card. Obviously, Lily, I can't really go into it too much because everyone's fighting soon, and I don't want to kill their ticket sales or get them taken off another card. Do you know what I mean? But believe me now, we've got a WBC Silver Youth title on there as well, and maybe a WBC Youth World title. So, yeah.
And there's one last question I want to ask you. What would you have done? Because you already had the graphics set up and everything. What would you have done if Thomas Galbraith's missus said no?
I'd have laughed.
Because I see the graphic was on the screen. It was all ready, but what would have happened?
I'd have laughed, and I would have told him, like, change his record to, 5-2-0, because he'd have lost 2. You know what I mean? And count it as a knockout loss as well. Nah, I knew she would say yes. She's a good girl. They're together every day, aren't they? It was definitely the right time for him to propose. I thought he was genuinely going to retire anyway, on top of that, and go out with a win and a ring. You know what I mean? But listen, it's up to him. It's his career, isn't it? But it was beautiful, because obviously when he was at Brentwood Centre, he was going through a lot of shit. Yeah. And then I like people and I like stories, and for him to go through all that shit, then he'd come back and he took a loss, and then to come back again, put all that pressure on him as well. Like, what the fuck was he thinking anyway? Like, you need to win this fight against a journeyman that said, I'm no journeyman, I'm coming to beat you. Yeah. You had to beat him, then he got cut, he needs plastic surgery, and then he had to propose, you know what I mean? So he did put a lot onto himself, but he fucking smashed it, didn't he, to be fair? You know what I mean? The fight weren't the best fight, but he still won, and then obviously he's got a new missus. Yeah. So, yeah, what a day for him.